Hey Pisces, good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today we're going to be doing a general timeless reading for the Pisces Collective. So if you're a Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, welcome to this space. Today we're going to start to simply, tap into the guidance, the advice that Spirit may bring for you through the cards, and also any kind of predictions that may show up at this time. Now, since this reading is timeless, whenever this message finds you, it is the right time for it to find you, okay? There is something here for you if you're here and you're watching. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind. Not every single bit of the reading is going to be for you. There's probably going to be bits and pieces. And some of the messages that don't apply for you may apply for other Pisces. You know how this goes. I want to thank every single one of you for being here, for clicking on this video, and also for all the support and the kindness that you have expressed as a community for the changes in the channel. I've been spicing things up. I've been changing and trying out different sets, different thumbnails, different color schemes. I don't know, I'm just kind of like having fun with it. And I really appreciate all of you who have been so supportive. Alrighty. Spirit, angels, beings of love and light, please bring in the most relevant, important, and useful messages for Pisces. What is it that Pisces needs to hear right now? What is it that Pisces needs to know? Today I'm going to be taking the cards upright, by the way. Alright, so main energy, let's see what we got here. By the way, Pisces, for those of you who are interested in your 2025 tarot forecast, in which I create this reading specially and only for you, in which we go through every single month of 2025, we break it down and we let you know the timeline and the energies available for each month in your life. Not the Pisces Collective, but your life only and specifically. If you're interested in that, I would suggest you book your reading with the early bird discount, which is about to be over, and the option of, separate payments if you need that, to be more comfortable while you pay for the forecast. All of those facilities are, or all of those opportunities, I guess you could say, are in the description box. You can find all of that. The list is listing, the people are signing up, and I don't want to have a stressful holiday season. Please book your thing early so that we all have time to organize ourselves. The sooner you book it, the sooner you get it, the sooner you get to plan your year ahead. So that would be wonderful. Not only, of course, because of my holidays, but I'm trying to set boundaries, so please support me as a Pisces. In previous years, it's like right around the holidays, a lot of you guys, which I love, I have deep connections with, I know you guys for years and years and years, but you do come in like, oh my god, I forgot about booking the thing, and it's like, but the year is in 5 days, like, the New Year's is in 5 days, like, please. So I just, let's work together, let's make this happen in a way that is great for all of us involved. Anyway, sorry for going on a tangent there. We got the main energy here being the Ace of Wands. Love this for you. So this is passion and new beginnings. This is feeling very excited about the potentials, the possibilities ahead of you. Knowing that you can do anything, that you can be anything, and seeing the tangible proof of that time and time again. So what I'm getting here, Pisces, is that some of you are aiming for expansion. for expansion in the family, perhaps, fertility, pregnancy. Some of you are instead thinking of kind of like being pregnant, but not like in the literal sense, but instead like with an idea or a project. It's like having a new baby kind of thing, but not necessarily as a human baby. It could be more along the lines of a new business, you know, or a new something that is very, very, very important for you. So it's like, if that's the case, if that happens to be the case for you, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to know a little bit more about that. Now for the challenge energy, we got the King of Cups. So some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy at this time. You could be having, some of you, a bit of a difficulty, especially with a Cancer is what I'm getting, or with Cancer energy in general. This could be you tapping into your like emotional wisdom resource, you know, having and finding a way to, you know, see and interpret things in your most mature way, being the bigger person, seeing the higher perspective, seeing the bigger picture of things. It may be a little bit difficult at this time. I feel like some of you are scattered. I feel like there may be a lot of attention placed on a lot of different things or different people or different projects, and it may feel a little bit overwhelming at times. Some of you, if you're wanting to get pregnant, for example, your partner, let's say it's a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. If for whatever reason fertility has been difficult, you haven't been able to make that happen, maybe you have thought that it has to do with you and your body. And what I'm getting here is that the other person involved could have some kind of limitation as far as like fertility and their body. So, evaluate that accordingly. Maybe you're not the problem. You know, maybe there is something biological that needs to be taken care of in that other person so that this can happen the way you want it to happen. All right. So in the recent past, we have here the Queen of Wands. This is a very, very productive energy that you have been in. Very fiery, very interesting, very curious as well. Some of you have been following your heart. You have been trying to keep up with everything and actually doing a very good job. Having a lot on your plate, but tending to everything accordingly, keeping your routine, being disciplined, and shining in all different areas. So the Queen of Wands is that person, to me. It's like you see them and you're like, how is this person great at their job, disciplined with their workouts, fit and look great, a wonderful mom or dad, have a spiritual, connection, whatever, and they have their side hustle and they go out with friends and have like a social life. It's like, how is this person making all of that happen? So this is, even though it's very fiery in their energy, it is also a very like organized approach. You know what I mean? Like, in order to make all of that happen in a way that is sustainable and, fun, this person really loves what they do. They love themselves enough to put energy into all of these things from a space of, again, love. Some of you may have had recently connections with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There could be a fire sign that's inspiring you at this time. Maybe you're not aware that the mentor that you're following or that motivational speaker or whatever, they could be a fire sign. You may not be aware of it. Aries, Leo, Sag. Right now, Spirit is telling you the best piece of advice you can receive is to be very moderate and very, almost like conservative with your resources. So don't overspend. You don't have to. You don't need to. You may feel tempted to, but Spirit is saying here that wouldn't necessarily make you happy. Like, it may not give you or get you what you think you're gonna get out of like that expenditure. So Spirit is saying here, be careful with your expenses. Sorry, I'm gonna zoom this a little bit in. Be careful with your expenses. Make sure that you're not spending because of your emotions, right? Deal with your emotions in the way that you need to deal with your emotions. But I don't know, some of you may, instead of dealing with your emotions, you may want to buy that thing online, or, you know, just whatever. Be mindful. Be mindful of how much energy you give to others and how much energy is being like reciprocated to you. Because not everybody is giving you back what you're giving them. So just make sure that things are balanced. You don't want to overgive and overextend yourself for someone who is not interested in you at all, you know? And even though we don't do things for a reward, it is important to see who is kind of like showing up and who isn't. Because sometimes, again, we may feel like someone deserves our time, our efforts, our dedication, our loyalty. We may assume that they feel the same way that we feel about them, and that may not necessarily be the case. So, you know, pay attention to how you share your love, your time, your energy, your good intentions, and do so in a way that is appropriate for you. We got the Knight of Swords here in the near future. So I see you super focused, Pisces, on something that is very important for you. I see you passionate. I see you creating this new thing and having it be so fun that it's like everything revolves around that thing now. I don't know. I see you so like positively obsessed, not letting anything get in your way, like just living for something that makes you happy. I love that. I really do. Be careful though not to neglect maybe people in your life or other things you have been working on, because this is an energy that is incredibly like overpowering. It's awesome. I personally love it, the Knight of Swords, but it does. Okay, so the video apparently cut itself halfway because of my storage situation. So I was saying, let's see if it happens again. I was saying, you are transforming into someone who really loves the journey, the path, the hustle, more than the reward itself. And that is really going to start to show in positive ways, because you're going to romanticize your process. You're going to fall in love with the discipline, with the routine, with conquering. You're falling in love with conquering yourself, Pisces. Around you, there's people who are not particularly in love with conquering themselves. You are getting to that point, but not everybody is going to the same mentality or mindset that you are. And that's perfectly fine. Everyone is going through their own process, right? Everyone is going through the timing of things that is ideal for them, divine timing, divine everything. So don't try to get others into that mindset if it's not natural for them, because you may frustrate yourself trying to convince someone of, you know, thinking the same way that you do. However, you're inspiring them just by doing what you're doing, thinking how you're thinking, even if you're not necessarily explaining how you're thinking or why you're doing what you're doing. Just by being you and doing your thing, you are inspiring this person. And this is a loved one. So just keep doing you, Pisces. Just try your best to not need the approval of others, okay? And if you figure out how, tell me how. Just kidding. This is, of course, easier said than done. I feel like this is something that, as human beings, we work through like a lot in general. But Pisces, try your best not to function based on what other people expect of you, would like from you. You know, try at this time to focus on yourself, do your own thing, and have everyone just sort of deal with it. You know, it's like, it's their problem if they don't like it. It's their problem if they like it too much and they're jealous. I don't know. It's like none of your business. You do you, Pisces, and keep showing up in the way that you're showing up, because you're doing good. And it's not even about the outcome. It's not even about the reward. It's about that feeling of, again, I mention it all the time, going to bed after a long day of really showing up and pushing yourself and feeling really satisfied with that. Like, regardless of whether it is bringing in results or not, or manifestations or not, or recognition or not, it's a beautiful feeling in and of itself to conquer yourself, to prove to yourself that you can do things that maybe at one point or another you thought were impossible. So gather that kind of satisfaction here, because you have the world in your hands, as you can see in this card. You know, you have the world in your hands, Pisces. You can do anything, you can be anything, you can become anything, anyone you want to become. Some of you have taken big risks. You have trusted yourself, or even taken leaps of faith, and they haven't always gone your way. Some of you have gone through certain decisions that you took. It's like you made decisions boldly, trust in the divine, and some of you may feel like you ended up being kind of like a clown when something didn't go your way. But what you're not aware of is that within that failure is where you're getting all of the superpowers and all of the lessons that you're going to need for the big win. It's like you may have lost a... what is it that they say? It's like that you may have lost the fight, but you won the war, or something like that. And you're definitely winning the war here, Pisces. You're conquering yourself. And there is no harder thing to conquer, I feel like, than our own mind. Because our reality is a reflection of your inner state, of our inner state. So by conquering our inner state, we conquer everything. Let's see what the oracles have here for you, Pisces. Sounds like a book slogan or something, but it's like, conquer your mind, conquer your life. That kind of vibe is what I'm getting. That may actually be the slogan for a book. It sounds kind of familiar. So maybe this is coming in from Spirit to recommend that particular book. You can look it up maybe. So first card that we have here is clean it up. Take care of the details. Declutter what you need to declutter. Open the path for you to continue to move forward without obstacles. There's a lot of obstacles that are entirely optional. If you're showing up to work in a space that is cluttered and messy, all of that is like little tiny things that your mind has to overcome subconsciously in order to focus. But if none of those things were there and everything was organized and everything was, you know, clean and clear and all of that energy that subconsciously you're using to repress and avoid all of those things being a distraction, you could use to move forward. Many of you have very messy homes, very messy cards, very messy email inboxes, you know. And it's not that it has to be perfect, but they are telling you here to kind of set yourself up for success by taking care of the details and cleaning up your act. Some of you need to polish yourself a little bit more. Maybe you have been half-assing something, your workout routine, your habits, in your relationship. Maybe there's something that you're kind of doing, you know, not to the best of your ability, but in the way that it's more comfortable for you. And Spirit is saying here, this is a time for you to really shine and pay attention to all the details of how you present yourself, how you present your energy to the world. Not in order to gain any kind of reward, but to honor who you are. Closing circles, closing chapters, letting go of people who you have resentment for. There's a course on my website that you're going to really love. It's called Forgiveness. Let go of the resentments that are currently stealing your joy. I believe that's the full name of it. I may, get one or two words confused there. But basically, clearing the path ahead for yourself. Opening up the path ahead and removing all of these obstacles that are optional. Sometimes life brings obstacles that are very difficult to deal with, that are kind of placed upon us, illness, family illness, tragedy, accidents, all of these things, they're quite unexpected, and they may reach our lives in one point or another. And those are obstacles that are difficult enough, So when we're not dealing with obstacles like that, that's when we can make a lot of progress. That's when we can really get to know how far we can go as people, as, a human spirit. But if we are cluttered with all these obstacles that are insignificant and that we can easily just take care of, it's like we're always in constant survival mode instead of thriving mode. The number 21 could be relevant for you, as well as the number 3. Also the number 43. Also the deer could be relevant for you. The owl, especially like those white, beautiful owls, lechuzas. And the message is deep knowing. You have a lot of wisdom, Pisces. You know that you have a lot of wisdom that can't be taught. You have a lot of wisdom that comes from past lives, that comes from the interpretation that your soul gives to the human experience. And that kind of thing you can't teach, that kind of thing you can't learn. And you have that within you. It can serve others. It can help others in their own journey. Don't be afraid to share your perspectives, because you could very well be healing others just by speaking your mind. We have yin energy, card number 2. Feminine energy, flowing, allowing. It may take an initial masculine energy concentration, right? To take charge and clean things up and make sure that the path ahead is clear. But then once it is, it's just like, free flowing. Just setting yourself into motion, letting that momentum build up, and just flow. Flow, do the things that you love, and everything is going to be just so much easier. But initially, you may need to break through that resistance, that barrier, and take a minute to really set things up to basically set yourself up for success. So yeah, if that is resonating with you, Pisces, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear a little bit about what you're going through. I would love to get to know you. I want to thank you for being in this space, for clicking on this video. I know that there's tons of videos out there, and I really appreciate that you chose this one, that you resonated with this one, and that you stayed all the way up to this point of the video. If you would like to subscribe and share more moments like this with me, you can go ahead and subscribe, click the little bell notification, and like or comment. Let's connect. Alrighty, Pisces. So yeah, all the links are going to be in the description box below. I'm also going to sprinkle different videos that you may find useful, especially if you're resonating with this reading. So everything is going to be there. I love you to the moon and back, Pisces. I wish you the absolute best. love yourself by setting the odds in your favor, Pisces. All right? I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, my loves.